hopefully you can see me okay. It's light is a bit on the bright side. This one's a bit bigger, £22, £22.4. What a beautiful, beautiful fish. Oh, it's about 11 o'clock at night now. Absolutely shattered, but this very welcome. Let's slip it back so I can stop getting bitten by midgies. Oh, good morning. Oh, it's not a great sleep. I mean, I've had a lot worse. Obviously, I just nodded off when I had that carp about 11 o'clock. About 1, I think it was. I had another run but lost it. Well, I'd say I lost it. Just it wasn't there by the time I got to the rods. Lifted into nothing. And then about 3 o'clock, they went off again. But I didn't actually get out of bed. I just looked out the bivvy. Both alarms went off. I have a funny feeling like a rat or a rabbit or something wandered underneath them and just knocked the bobbins. But yeah, I've actually brought them both in now so I could go to the toilet for the morning routine. Currently having a coffee. And yeah, once I've woken up, I've got to start making some PVA bags. I've only got one solid bag left, so I'm going to make a few solid bags up and then get some bait out somehow, and then get the rods back into place. That's the plan for the morning, so let's see what happens. Right, this time it's time to attempt to spawn the granny out of this with no clip. Oh dear, right, let's get it nice and wet. Okay. Yesterday I did one. Now I thought I was trying to be a little bit clever, and I put my bivvy a little bit closer this way when I set it up so that I'm closer to the rods. Turns out though, when you're spomming, that's not great. My first one actually tapped to the top of the bivvy and emptied itself all over it. So I've got to stand right at the front. Yeah, so I've got to stand right at the front and do it that way. And there is a heron sat over there at the moment who's probably just about to go flying. Yeah, that didn't go anywhere near as far as it needs to. Needs to stop being a wimp and give it some beans. Spoms are so heavy, it feels unnatural to, because it's so much weight. It feels unnatural to give it that much welly, but I'm gonna have to. Okay, alley up. Going for a proper trawl bed stand up. There we go. That's better. That's better. Yeah, I think last time I swapped over to one of these big boy ones. It says on the rules as well, you have to have a spom float, but I don't think that applies to this type of spom. I think it's a normal spom because it's just sitting over the swivel. It's going to make no difference at all. The herring's not moving them. not moved an inch. Staying there. It's not moving. That's fine, I respect that. Right, let's see if we can get one slightly more left. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. Oh, now he's moved. that was very close. Yeah, that is exactly where I want it. Right, well, there's no point in me filming me just spomming out a bucket of bait. So I'll check. No, I won't. I'll check back in a little while once I've done all this and getting the rods kind of set up. Well, the carp rods have been silent, which, if I'm honest, I'm a bit, well, I honestly thought that they would have gone, or at least there'd be more fish activity. There's a good wind pushing down into this corner. There's hardly any sun. It's a much better day for fishing. But I haven't even seen any fish, so it's yeah, it's odd. So I'm going to crack out the float rod again. Let's see if we can winkle something out that way. Start with maggots. 4 magwars on. A rake could probably be a good idea if you're allowed to anyway. Yeah, we'll give an hour or two. Bit of float fishing in the margins. And yeah, we'll see what comes along.
One eternity later.
Wow, it's been a pretty slow day, really. Well, not pretty slow, very slow. Nothing has happened at all. I had mid lunch and brought me carp rods in, and just popped to the shop up the road, into the tackle shop. I haven't put the carp rods back out yet. I'm gonna just wait till I start seeing some fish, and I'll either then introduce some more bait or just chuck PVA bags over at them. I've been float fishing, not even a nibble, so I've just changed over the float and I've put on like a tiny little inline lead to slide on the line next to a swivel. I'm gonna have a little go at feeder fishing with a match rod because I don't have my quiver tip with me. But I've been doing that now for about an hour nearly. I'll give it sort of 10 minutes in one place and then move it over a bit further out. Not even a nibble. So it's not just the carp that are not feeding. It seems like nothing at all is feeding. I think the air pressure's pretty high. That with the wind and everything, it just feels like a much better day today. Obviously the fish don't think so. So hopefully they'll come on the feed later on, after sort of dinner time, that kind of thing. So yeah, not really anything to report at all. Just chilling, watching my makeshift quiver tip rod, and remaining hopeful. Still got one more night, so we'll see if we can get something else. Well, I have just spombed the granny out of my swim. It's about half a bucket. Everything that I had left in the bucket, plus a bit more, has gone out. So, all or bust, really. Still not using a line clip because I haven't got one. So, a liberal spread between two areas. Let me see if I can show them. So between, where are we? Where's the tall tree? Between sort of there and there. That's the kind of spread. Some of it fairly close to the reeds, and then a couple of rod lengths this way. All depends on where it landed, really. But there's a lot of bait in and around that area, so hopefully they'll come in. I'm not going to cast the rods in yet. I'm going to give them about an hour or so to just hopefully get down there. Bar the baiting, that's kind of given me a bit of optimism, but I haven't seen anything at all. You can normally hear them sort of splashing a bit further down, but I've heard not a single fish come out. No one's caught one. I'm the only person on this lake that's actually caught some carp. The three guys that are down that end walked up earlier, and I was chatting to them, and they've had nothing, not even a beep, absolutely zero. So I'm quite happy I've got the two, really, plus my roach. But yeah, it's been a tricky day, definitely a tricky day. So I haven't done a huge amount of filming today, because otherwise it's just going to be an entire video of me waffling. No one wants to see that. I don't want to see that. So yeah, we'll give it an hour or so, maybe just before I do my dinner, get the rods out, and yeah, see what comes along. Hopefully something. Hopefully. Well, I had the smallest of nibbles on my on the rod, on the fashioned feeder rod, and I have a perch. It's the smallest perch probably in the lake, but it's a perch. And on a very quiet day, it is actually very welcome. Just give you a little, there he is. Beautiful, beautiful little fish. I made the smallest little change to the rig. May or may not have made a difference, I don't know, but problem is there's a lot of weed out here, and I had a feeling that the worms were just burrowing straight into the weed, or the maggots, depending on what I was using. So I thought I would literally just put a slither of foam on there, which gets pushed up towards the eye. And then I tested it in the water, and it just sinks slowly. So I thought, looks pretty good. And it's caught me that massive perch. So all is well. It just means there's slightly less room on the hook, which is a bit of a pain, but it's all good. If it means the presentation is going to be better. There we are, a little worm, tipped off with a maggot, a little bit of foam. And just casting that out, holding the rod up so I can feel it down, because it is very deep. And you can kind of tell when it's landed in weed, like it did just land in weed then. Because it's kind of just a slow down rather than a donk. Get the odd donk, but not many. But that was the smallest of twitches. Might bring something bigger, don't know. We've got about half an hour of this, and then I'll break for my dinner. Although I think I'm going to put the 2 carp rods back out before dinner. I think anyway. Part of me might leave it till after. No, so I'm gonna stick them back out before I have dinner, and then they can just stay out there, and I won't move them until much later on, before I go to bed probably, unless they go, which is the hope. But yeah, that is the plan. I'm gonna see how it unfolds. Looked at my phone and realised it's not recording. I don't know if it recorded any of that. But I've got a carp on if it hasn't recorded. Oh, what a numpty if I haven't recorded. Oh, God. Well, just in case it didn't, I'll start again. Finally got a fish. Doesn't look that big. I've been playing it now for about 10 minutes thinking I'm talking to the video, but I don't know if I press record. It's nearly ready now. Fantastic. Right, let me turn my iPad off. Oh, yeah, that's been, the iPad's been playing in the background throughout the whole fight. Put that rod back on. I'll probably have to do both rods again now because that one's been taken out by the fish. Right, let's get set up, get it out and have a gander. Oh, I don't need to weigh this one. It's not 20, it might be about 15, something like that. It's still a lovely, lovely fish. Absolutely stunning. Let's slip it back and see if there's any more out there. Lovely. Beautiful, beautiful scale patterns on this one. This side's actually better than that one. It's a really, really plump fish though. Lovely, right. Let's slip it back. Oh, well, that's good. I was starting to think that the chance had gone, and it feels and looks so right at the moment. I've got to get both rods back out because it wiped out the left-hand rod whilst I was fighting it. It turns out I didn't record probably the first 5 minutes or so of of me playing that fish. So I may look a little bit startled in the bit that when I realised that I hadn't actually pressed play, or pressed record, should I say. I thought I did. I probably just pressed it on and off a bit too quick and it didn't record, but never mind. It's a fish, so let's get both rods back out, and I'll have to tie some more PVA bags now because this will be the last 2 going on these. But never mind. I'd rather that than not catch a fish. So let's bring this one in and then hoik them both back out. Well, the rain has arrived. It is chucking it down. And I'm quite happy about that. Let's pause my film. Yeah, it is lashing it down now, which is going to be hopefully good for the fishing. Or what remains of it anyway. About 9 o'clock now, so not a lot of light left. So we'll see what comes during the night. I've got no idea how long this rain actually lasts for. I didn't think it was even going to be this late last time I looked. But yeah, I can already, it feels cooler already. So hopefully that will bring fish. If not, it will bring a good sleep. So yeah, I'll either see you holding another nice carp during the night, or I'll see you in the morning and I'll be fishless and probably packing up ready to go. But we will see. That's a bit of a wake-up call. Only a little one. It's just past midnight. I'm a bit knackered, but lovely little mirror. Well, let's slip this one back and see if there's any more during the night. Lovely. Oh, good morning. No more fish, just the one last night. But yeah, I'm happy with that. So I think, was that four carp in total, I think so. So not a huge amount, but it's all right with me. I'm happy with that. But now it's time to start packing down all the kit and get it in the car and get home. But I've enjoyed myself, and that's the main thing. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.